London, Kentucky. That's really all you have to say to send a shiver down the spine of most ASA archers. Those two words are synonymous, of course, with the power line, arguably the most feared field on the ASA Tour. The lighting, the footing, the shot angles, the ticks, the weather. There are plenty of challenges placed in the path of archers who show up to the Laurel County Fairgrounds power line when the ASA comes to town.
Maybe at 10, you're really close, probably.
But that's what makes London special. What makes it memorable. Find success here and you'll give your archery resume a serious bump. The 2023 TRU Ball Pro-Am in London, Kentucky was highlighted by some of the best weather we've seen in years. The sun shined bright all weekend long, but the heat and humidity were not overbearing. A nice breeze blew at times, but it never got so windy it was difficult to shoot a bow. And the ticks, well, they were as plentiful as usual. With such good weather, it was no surprise the turnout for this year's event was strong, nearly 2,000 strong. The ranges were jam-packed Thursday afternoon as the competition kicked off with the Zebra Bowstrings team shoot.
See, I was looking off this tree right here behind it.
More than 400 archers got an early start to the weekend for the always enjoyable team round. If you haven't made it out for a team shoot at a national ASA event, put it on your bucket list. You won't regret it. For the pro rounds, the power line did its job in establishing the pecking order.
What's up, Kyle? What's up? Not my score. Not today.
Those who could see enough to get the yardage right and or put the pin in just the right place worked their way past those who didn't. By the time the pro pressure point shoot downs sent the ASA pros from the power line to the baseball field Saturday afternoon, 5 of the 6 division leaders all had London wins under their belts already. And the 6th, Emily McCarthy, had stood on every other box on the podium at London except the top one. First up was women's known pro, led by the seemingly invincible Paige Pierce. If you've ever wondered why Paige is so dominant, the TRU Ball Pro-Am offered a peek at her greatness. She ended the first day with a healthy 6-point lead. Other pros rightfully headed to their hotels or Airbnbs to relax, but Paige spent hours after her round was finished shooting on the practice ranges to work on issues she saw in her game.
Hits a 12 on the Coyote.
Paige never gave her competitors any breathing room and cruised to her 4th victory in 4 ASA tournaments this year and her 2nd in a row at London.
Yeah, it's hard when you go in the lead. You can't go throwing 14s if you don't need them. So you're basically just shooting 10s, shooting 12s, and kind of waiting to see if people are going to catch you. So it's a lot different, you know what I mean? If you guys see me going in below it, my game plan would be totally different, you know what I mean? So play it safe and see what happens.
75% thought I had an 8 on that one until I got there, and I was like, are you kidding me?
In senior known pro, Tim Gillingham caught fire Saturday morning to rocket to the top of the leaderboard, taking a precarious 3-point lead into the shoot down.
All right, Tony, as you mentioned, the hammer, Tim Gillingham.
I took a lot of second place finishes to that guy.
Tim played the 5-target field to perfection, shooting 10, 14, 10, 12, and 14, which set him up so that he didn't even have to shoot the 6th and final arrow to take his 2nd win in a row. Of course, Tim being the hammer, he shot that last arrow anyway and hit the 14, winning at London for the 4th time since 2016.
And man, it was rough today. I never saw a single bonus ring, but I had a really good group of guys to shoot with, so I always had arrows around the 12 rings, and I was able to hit 10 of them. I still got 3/8 today. But I just kept grinding. You know, I think a couple of the key shots where I made 2 49-yard 12 rings that kind of launched me to the lead. And in the shoot-off, that I was just going to shoot the upper on that Bobcat, and my sight kind of just went over to the 14. I thought, let's do it.
Emily McCarthy, when she comes into these shoot downs, she's just lethal.
As we already said, Emily McCarthy was the only Pro Division leader who had never won at London previously. Well, she seemed determined to change that, carrying a 4-point lead into the Pro Pressure Point Shootdown.
Emily McCarthy.
Emily shot a solid round on a field where her competitors struggled. She shot 112 and 410s to take a 6-point lead into the last arrow, which was only shot by her and Cara Kelly.
There's nothing to lose for her.
Cara's shot was just wide of the 14 for a 5, which meant Emily didn't have to shoot the last arrow to win. But she did shoot it because Mike Tyrell offered a deal she couldn't pass up. Hit the Wolverine in the head, and she could give that target to one lucky kid in the crowd. A huge favorite of ASA kids, Emily nailed the Wolverine and gave that target away.
Thank you. Yeah, I went full year last year without winning, just a bunch of podiums. The year before I won a few, and I just could not pull it together last year, so I'm pretty stoked. But everything's working great. My arrows are shooting great, and just the shot's working, so this is a great weekend.
If he does what he's supposed to do, hit 10, he's going to be just about untouchable.
In the Senior Pro Shootdown, Jeff Hopkins carried a commanding 11-point lead onto the finals field. Basically, all he had to do was play par and make everyone else chase him down.
He's going to be tough to catch.
It's going to be hard to catch him.
Of course, that's all he had to do in Minden. And Tony Tazza gave him a good scare before Jeff ultimately walked off with the win on the 6th and final arrow. With 112 and 1-8, Jeff posted that par score through the finals in London, needing only to hit the target with his 6th arrow to take his 2nd win in a row and his 3rd for the 2023 season. He shot a 10 and took the win, which is his 3rd in London over the course of his long, illustrious career.
Yeah, I guess like the song 3 out of 4 ain't bad. Yeah, out there in the dark this weekend, it's hard to see, and just saw great numbers all weekend out there for the most part, but just a few targets. And out here, you come out in the light, it's different. You're trying to be cautious because you don't want to give up the lead, and you want to be aggressive too. And you know, it's a little nerve-wracking, but very thankful, very blessed, and so thankful for my family and all my sponsors and everybody that make all this possible.
There you go, side by side. Dan McCarthy on the left, Levi Morgan on the right.
They know what they're dealing with the other guy, and they're going to do all they can to get ahead of each other.
Hunting for his first ASA win of 2023, Dan McCarthy led the Open Pro class wire to wire out on the Powerline ranges. He went into the shootdown with a 7-point lead over 2nd place qualifier Levi Morgan.
Levi has podiumed 13 times. He's won it 9 times.
But that's a dangerous archer to have in your rearview mirror. Usually rock solid in the finals, McCarthy kept the ship sailing into the wind
And he got it.
and went into the 6th and final arrow 10 points ahead of Chris Hacker, who had worked into 2nd.
So he goes after it, comes up a little short.
Hacker shot an 8, which meant, like his wife, Dan didn't even need to shoot his last arrow to take the win.
Mike Tyrell is making the offer.
But Mike Tyrell offered him the same deal as his wife, saying if Dan hit the Wolverine in the head, he could give the Coyote target to a lucky kid. He did both and collected his first win of 2023 and his 3rd at London since 2016.
You know, shooting good. Took some time off. I honestly just did some fishing and enjoying some stuff, and glad I did. Felt good. Just clear the mind. Kind of start over. I don't know. I'm so confused how I won this tournament.
Well,
just
great
crazy
round,
thankful for it.
great round.
Arguably one of the most competitive divisions we have.
So they hit a lot of rings.
They do.
Of all the ASA Pro classes, the known pro shootdown is always a battle. Justin Hanna, whose only 2 wins in the known pro division have both come at London, went into the shootdown leading the class, although only 10 points separated the archers from 1st to 5th.
Oh, Kyle got that one.
The reigning 2022 Shooter of the Year in known pro, Kyle Douglas, shot a 10 on his first shoot-down target and then went 12, 8, 14, 14 to put himself in a tie for the lead.
Crazy. 508 for Kyle Douglas.
And 8 by Jace Boyles meant Kyle just needed a 10 to win, and he shot the middle of that ring to take his 2nd title of 2023 and his second in a row at London.
Well, that feels awesome. I've been working really hard these last few shoots and just missing the shoot off. So put in a lot of effort, a lot of work into the bow and just making sure that things were going how they need to, and it paid off.
The beautiful weather that marked London 2023 held through Sunday morning as a number of amateurs turned out to finish their rounds. Across social media, archers recalled their experiences at the TRU Ball Pro either fondly or with expressions of frustration about the dreaded power line. That's all behind us now, and it's time to look ahead to the Matthews Pro-Am in Metropolis, the home of Superman, at the end of the month. We'll see you all there.